Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Trendxy, your guide towards successful living. Today we're diving into a topic that can be a real wealth killer, debt that actually makes you poorer. We all know debt isn't always bad. A mortgage to buy your first home, that can be a fantastic investment. But there's a dark side to borrowing, a kind of debt that actively drains your finances and keeps you stuck in a cycle. In this video, we're going to break down 7 types of debt that you absolutely want to avoid here in the UK. Understanding these traps is the first step to building a secure financial future. So grab a cuppa, pay attention, and let's get started. You've seen the adverts those short-term loan companies plastered all over daytime TV, often promising quick cash until your next payday. Sounds convenient, right? Like a financial quick fix? Wrong! These loans are marketed towards those struggling financially, often with tempting slogans and promises of easy solutions. But don't be fooled. These loans come with eye-watering interest rates, often expressed as an annual percentage rate or APR. And trust me, these aren't your standard bank rates. We're talking hundreds, sometimes even over 1,000% APR. Let that sink in for a moment. Imagine borrowing £100 and having to pay back double or triple that amount. The problem is, many people who take out these loans are already struggling financially. They might be facing an unexpected bill, a sudden job loss, or simply living paycheck to paycheck. When that payday comes around, they often can't afford to repay the full amount plus the hefty interest. So what happens? They roll it over, taking out a new loan to cover the old one, and guess what? More fees and more interest pile on. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you owing far more than you initially borrowed, trapping you in a spiral of debt. Now, I understand that sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures, but I urge you, please make payday loans an absolute last resort, only considered in the most extreme emergencies, and even then explore every single alternative first. Talk to family, friends, look into credit unions or government support schemes. There are often better, safer ways to bridge a short-term financial gap without falling into the payday loan trap. Remember, these companies thrive on your desperation. Don't let them win. The allure of interest-free payments. Services like Klarna, ClearPay and others have become incredibly popular here in the UK, allowing you to spread the cost of purchases, often over a few weeks. And for essential items or carefully planned purchases, this can be a useful tool, I'll admit. But the danger lies when it fuels impulse buying of non-essential items. That new pair of trainers, the latest gadget, a weekend getaway you haven't budgeted for, suddenly they seem affordable when broken down into smaller, bite-sized chunks. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Late fees can be significant, and some providers even charge deferred interest. Miss a payment, even by a day, and suddenly that interest-free deal becomes very expensive, with interest potentially applied retroactively to the entire purchase amount. You might think you're saving money by spreading the cost, but you could end up paying significantly more in the long run. Plus, let's be honest, those trendy clothes and gadgets depreciate in value rapidly. That £500 phone you just bought on BNPL? It'll be worth half that in a year, yet you'll still be paying it off. You're essentially taking on debt, accumulating interest, for something that won't hold its worth. It's like throwing money down the drain. The takeaway here, if you can't comfortably afford to pay for it upfront in cash, think twice, 3 times before using BNPL for non-essentials. It's often just a way to spend money you don't actually have, creating the illusion of affordability while potentially leading you down a path of debt. Don't fall for it. Now, this is a sensitive one, especially with the cost of higher education in the UK skyrocketing. A good degree can absolutely be an investment in your future, leading to higher earning potential and a fulfilling career. However, taking on significant student loan debt for a degree that doesn't translate into well-paying jobs can be a major financial burden, weighing you down for years to come. If you're looking at a career path where the average salary is relatively low and you've borrowed tens of thousands of pounds for your education, paying off that debt can take decades. It's like a shadow hanging over you, impacting your ability to save for a house, start a family, or even just enjoy your hard-earned income. Now, unlike some other forms of debt, student loans in the UK have their own repayment system tied to your income. You only start repaying once you earn above a certain threshold, and the repayments are taken directly from your salary, like a tax. But don't be lulled into a false sense of security. The sheer amount owed can still significantly impact your monthly finances and your ability to save for other goals. While student loans in the UK operate differently from those in some other countries, the principle remains: only borrow what you realistically expect your future earnings to support. Don't just follow your passion blindly. Research career prospects and potential salaries before committing to a particular degree. Think carefully about whether the potential return on investment justifies the significant debt. Remember, education is important, but it shouldn't come at the cost of your financial well-being. We've all been there, strolling through the showroom, imagining that shiny new sofa in our living room. And those 0% interest for 12 months deals on furniture and appliances can seem very tempting, especially when you're setting up a new home or replacing essential items. But be warned, my friends, these deals often come with hidden dangers lurking beneath the surface of those seemingly attractive offers. Firstly, and this is crucial, these items are depreciating assets. That brand new £2,000 sofa you just financed, it'll be worth a fraction of that in just a few years. You're essentially going into debt, paying interest for something that's losing value faster than a lead balloon. Secondly, and this is where those 0% deals can really bite you, miss a payment, even by a day, and you could be hit with hefty backdated interest on the entire original amount. That 0% can suddenly turn into a 20% or even higher interest rate, making your seemingly affordable purchase a financial burden. So what's the alternative? Well, before rushing into debt, consider your options. Look at buying good quality used furniture. You can often find amazing bargains online or in charity shops. Save up and pay in cash, giving you more negotiating power to haggle a discount, or explore more budget-friendly options. Remember, your home should be a haven, not a source of financial stress. Now, this next one is a serious red flag, a sign that your finances need urgent attention. If you're relying on credit cards or personal loans to pay for rent, groceries, or utility bills, it's a sign of a broken budget, a financial ship heading straight for the rocks. Debt in this situation is just a temporary plaster on a much bigger problem. It's like using a sticking plaster to fix a broken leg. It might cover it up for a little while, but it won't solve the underlying issue. Credit cards in the UK typically have high interest rates, often in the 20 to 30% APR range. So those groceries you bought on credit are now costing you significantly more. That's money you could be using to get ahead, to build a safety net, to achieve your financial goals. This can quickly lead to a cycle of poverty where you're constantly borrowing just to stay afloat, to keep your head above water. But it doesn't have to be this way. The fix, my friends, is not to take on more debt, but to address the root cause of the problem. This might involve making some tough decisions, but it's essential for your long-term financial well-being. Start by taking a hard look at your budget. Are there any non-essential expenses you can cut? Can you switch to cheaper alternatives for your groceries or utilities? Next, explore ways to increase your income. Could you take on a side hustle? Negotiate a raise at work? Look for a better paying job? Remember, you have the power to change your financial situation. Don't try to finance a lifestyle you can't afford with debt. It's a recipe for disaster. The allure of owning a slice of paradise. A sun-drenched escape from the dreary British weather. The dream of owning a timeshare or vacation property can be very appealing, I get it. But let me tell you, these schemes are often financial nightmares disguised as dream holidays. Firstly, timeshares are notoriously illiquid assets. Trying to sell one on the resale market is like trying to flog off a used car with 1 million miles on the clock. You'll be lucky to get a fraction of what you paid for it if you can sell it at all. On top of that, you'll be locked into annual maintenance fees, often hundreds or even thousands of pounds forever, regardless of whether you even use the property. That's right. Even if you decide to swap the Costa del Sol for Skegness one year, you'll still be footing the bill for your timeshare. And unlike traditional real estate, which can appreciate in value over time, timeshares typically depreciate, so not only are you stuck with a financial albatross around your neck, but it's also losing value year after year. It's like flushing money down the toilet, only worse. My advice? Steer clear of timeshares altogether. They're more trouble than they're worth. Renting holiday accommodation offers far more flexibility and avoids these long-term financial burdens. You'll thank me later. We've all been there, facing an unexpected expense, a financial curveball that throws our carefully crafted budgets into disarray. And in those moments of panic, the idea of a personal loan to consolidate debt or cover the cost quickly can seem like a lifeline, a way to regain control. But here's the thing, my friends, if the interest rate on that new loan is 15% or higher, you could be jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. You're essentially shuffling debt around without addressing the root cause of your financial issues. It's like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. It might make you feel better in the short term, but it won't stop the ship from sinking. The money you're borrowing isn't going towards building wealth, investing in your future, or achieving your financial goals. It's just covering past mistakes, often at a higher cost. And if you were struggling to manage the original debt, taking on another high-interest loan increases your risk of default, which can severely damage your credit score, making it even harder to access affordable credit in the future. So, what's the alternative? Well, before you rush into another high-interest loan, explore your options. If you're considering debt consolidation, make sure it genuinely lowers your overall interest rate. Don't just transfer the debt to a new provider without doing the maths. And here's a crucial piece of advice. Don't be afraid to seek help. There are fantastic free debt charities in the UK like Step Change and Citizens Advice that can provide expert, impartial advice tailored to your specific situation. They can help you create a realistic budget, negotiate with creditors, and explore all your options. Remember, you're not alone in this. There's no shame in asking for help. So, there you have it. 7 types of debt that can seriously hinder your financial progress and keep you poorer in the long run. The key takeaway is to be mindful of why you're borrowing and the true cost involved. Don't let debt control your life. Take charge of your finances and build a brighter future. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more personal finance tips here in the UK. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever experienced any of these types of debt or if you have any questions. We're all in this together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.